Thank you. Go ahead, Sri.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Thank you. Okay. So I wanted to look at Sophie. What is the trend of Sophie stock? See, first thing is you need to look is what is the market cap of this stock, right? So the market cap is 7.7 billion. That means the overall worth of the Sophie company is 7.7 billion. Okay. So how this is being calculated? See, market cap is nothing but it's a number of shares multiplied by the stock price 9.72. Okay, I'll show the where exactly you can find the number of shares, outstanding shares, and all that. So these are my go-to websites most of the time. I always pinwiz.com. This is the another my favorite website to start with. Okay, so now here I wanted to find the market cap. You can see 7.27 billion. So what is the market cap means? Market cap basically means, okay, how much this stock is worth in overall, with all the assets value. Okay, when I say assets, stocks are the assets. So how is the market cap is calculated? Market cap is nothing but shares outstanding multiplied by stock price, right? $9.72. So that's how you get to know the market cap. So always you have to understand one thing. The more market cap is better for the company, because we wanted to buy the stocks of the mark of the stock of company which they are making more money. At the same time, they are growing pretty good. So there are a couple of things you need to look at the stocks, especially whether they're making the money or losing the money, whether they're having a good sales. Okay. So first thing is you got to look at the sales, the how they're doing in the sales. Okay, sales quarter to quarter, they're just doing like 2.9%. And EPS right now they're kind of minus 25, negative, because they're just starting the business. Sophia, they are approved with the nationalized bank and they can do good. And this is also my go-to stock. Anything under $8 is a steal. You can just buy the stock. You can see clearly the stock, it had an high of $24 during November, and now it is in a kind of a downtrend a channel. You can see clearly it's in downtrend. Now it is going to break out, right? It is going to break out. So this stock can go to from 972 to I would say $13. That is the range you need to look at this. Okay. Now, whether the stock is in a good trend or not, right? How do you find out whether this is the right time to buy or not? So first thing you need to look at is a 52-week high. What is 52-week high? From the last 52 weeks, that means from last 1 year, from today I go back to 52 weeks. And what is the high, what is the low? You can see right here. This is the 52-week high and low. So this stock has been went down 61% from last year, and now from the lows it is gapping up. Okay, so this is a good stock. You can it is actually gapping up. So when I say gapping up, it was at $8. That was a good buy. 778 and 972. The stock now it can just go back up. Okay, so now you understood what is the market cap, and what is the 52-week high and 52-week low. So you got to look at the shares outstanding. That means they have 799 million shares to be traded. Okay, so they have 799 million in overall, out of which you can see how much insider transaction. Insider transaction means how much. I think most of the company holders, they sold their stock. Okay. Now, uh, the more insider transaction is, which is good. So let's take a look at, I would say, somebody talked about Baba. Okay, I don't see any data here inside a transaction. Let's see an Apple. Okay, what is this insider transaction? That means that the CEO, CTO, and all the management team, and they get some stocks, and so basically last couple of weeks and months, overall they just sold out 4%. Just this is 6 month change. You can see that this is just a 6 month change. So let's take a look at Tesla. How you wanted to know whether the management of the company is buying it or not, and see inside us, Elon Musk sold it's almost close to 94.13% last 6 months in overall. So few things to look at, but what I would say is, what you need to do is, and you need to understand that the earnings per share is good. Okay, this is called EPS TTM, which is earnings per share uh, trailing 12 months. That means from last 12 months. So they have been earning $4.92 dollar per share. So you get it right. So this has to be positive. And EPS, the next year their projection is $12.71. So these kind of numbers we wanted to see. So the more you see the number, the more you see the growth in the number, it is a better stock to buy. So EPS is nothing but, or like last 1 year, so they were able to make $4.92. So similarly, the projection, right? This year they were able to make 669 percentage, and next year they're going to make 20 percentage for EPS. So I strongly suggest, if you are a beginner, understand the EPS. EPS has to increase every quarter. Every quarter, whenever they release, this has to get increased. EPS this year, EPS next year, EPS 5 years. Everything is positive for this stock. And the same time, EPS has been from last 5 years, it has been positive. It is a good stock to buy and hold. And since all the EV, the era coming up with all the oil prices spiking up, right? And even Biden is just he wanted to get all the gas price, since it's all going up. There's a good future for all the EV stocks. So one thing is I see is the sales quarter to quarter. That means from last quarter to this quarter, what is the number of sales? It has increased. So I strongly look at this EPS and sales. And you also can see like when is the next earnings. Okay, and few technicals. I don't want to go more technical here. I wanted to understand like some of the key features, so that if you look at any stocks, somebody asked me agree, right? Somebody asked me agree. This is, I believe this is a fertilizer. Okay, this is my Thinkorswim, which is a TD Ameritrade desktop platform. I wanted to look what is agree. I'll go and go to Thinkorswim here, and this is the Canada company. Right, you can also see the numbers here: earnings per share, sales. You can see that, but usually my go-to is Finways or Yahoo. You can see the same thing here too. So this is Sophie. Sophie is not making any money, and that's why this stock would have been $20. It is not making any money right now. It got a couple of approvals. So it is 48 million, and EPS is negative. If the EPS is negative, try to stay out of this. So usually what happens, if you look at the trend of overall, this is the 1 year trend, this is the bearish trend, right? If you look at 5 years, right? Only like it is just I would say like this stock you can just do a day trading, but you cannot you buy today and sell tomorrow, nothing like that. So we don't know what exactly how the things are. So far, I see like overall, like if you look at for a 5 day, it is the not having good momentum right now, and it has jumped from $1.06 to $3.02. But I would say, like do not touch, especially for a beginner, do not get into this stock, because I don't see the CPS is not improving. And another thing I will watch. Oh, they don't have earnings data. Okay, I don't see anything much. Yeah, financials. Everything is negative, operating income, a lot of things are there. So you can just take a look at this, and then but one another thing I wanted to tell, if stock does not have any data, that means no data is a bad data for any company. You take a look at Upstart, right? Upstart is fintech, right? Financial technology company. And you see from last 1 year, it has gone from 123 to almost closer to 390, and then back to the same price, right? Sam, back to the same price from last year bull run. Now we are all, we are back to the equilibrium, right? So if you want to understand what is the trend of the stock, first thing I look at is a monthly chart. On a monthly chart, I take a look at the stock. Okay. I see it was at 157. It went down all the way to 88, and then now gapping up. This is called gapping up. So this has a gapping up, and I had an alert for this stock. For I bought it around 110, and then it actually went up 145. It touched my target and then came back down due to the war and inflation fear. Right now it is still backing up. So as long as it can break out 131, this can go back to $143. So now how do you understand whether the stock did pretty good or not, right? So EPS, earnings per share, last 12 months, it is $1.43, which is good. Okay, it did better. And let's look at financials. Okay, the total revenue also, it is kept on increasing up. Total revenue, it's kept on increasing up, and you can take a look here. UPST, the EPS this year 747 percentage. EPS next year projection 50% up, and 5 year. So this is what I basically look at as a beginner to find the stock, whether it is good or bad. How do you find out, right? EPS, and this is the sales, like how they are doing. EPS is basically a financial credit loan. Basically they will give a lot of personal loan, credit card loans, and a lot of the variety of the options. Again, they also do use the machine learning to understand every persons, like how their the credit scores. Based on that, they usually sell, they send the letters, and that's how they just get attracted. I'm sure you might have got a Upstart letter to your home mailbox. So Upstart been good. Okay, it had a nice EPS overall, and then it had a good sales percentage increase. And one another thing I'll tell you, whether the stock is having the debt to equity, whether they have a lot of loan, or whether they have all cash, right? So that's what this is a like all cash, right? They don't have any debts. So if you look, let's say, what is the company? It is Boeing. Boeing had no data. I don't trust this. Okay, so this is Boeing, and I see the annual you see the sales per share is not that much increased. It is okay. I mean, again, you can see the quarterly, and I see a lot of negative data overall, right? You can see quarterly price earnings ratio is negative. Okay, and a lot of things. You just, if you see negative, which is not that great. And another thing I wanted to say is, like, if somebody tell, like, hey, I wanted to buy, somebody say the Boeing is already down, let's say from last 1 year, it has down from 5 years, it's down from 333 439 to back to it is 191. So should I buy it or not? Somebody will ask these questions, right? So first thing you need to look is your EPS. EPS is negative, it's big time. So usually the stocks will go down mainly because of the EPS. EPS is highly negative, so that means they're not making any more money out of it. Okay, one another way to find out how to find out, you can see this. Okay, let's look at, I wanted to show you the 10-year weekly data. Okay. Okay, simple terms, if you want to understand whether the stock can do good or not, you can clearly understand here. This is all the EPS numbers. See, last quarter EPS, their actual minus 7.69. That means they're in huge loss. And previously also, they're in huge loss. And last, whenever they had a positive earnings, you see how the stock moved up. Stock moved up from all the way from 205 to 240. Okay, so that's what. So you got to take a look at this. If EPS is decreasing, I would not buy the stock. The same thing happened to Affirm. You might have know Affirm is also similar to UPST, but let's move this.
I think Affirm has only so much data. It's on a weekly chart, right? So that's why you're not able to.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Thank you. Yeah, so I think it's recently, I think last from 1 year. Let me select 5-year daily. Okay. This is how I look at it. See, Affirm, you can see from last, uh, you got to compare, this year, February, from the last year, February, March data. So minus 0.45 was the previous year, the same quarter earnings. You see, it all went bad. Affirm, that's what happened. It just it was just keep on going negative, and then like, if you see the stock is not able to, the first thing, if somebody says the earnings are out, you need to look at what is the current EPS, what is the previous year, the quarter, the same quarter, February or March, ending March, you got to see. Okay, so this is the one technique I use it as a beginner, because most beginners will not understand this. So you got to see like earnings per share need to be positive. Okay, so take a look at Tesla. $1.45, $1.86, $2.54, right? And this is how it was keep on increasing. That's why the big companies, that's how they make money. You can see right here, when they had a $2.18, the stock has like, it has like jumped from 160 to 270, right? So they know that company is doing pretty good, and then they're fundamentally, if the company's fundamentals are good, so you can buy the shares of the stock. So take a look at Nike. So Nike had a roller coaster. Nike is a roller coaster, right? So when the earnings were dipped, it all, the stock has plummeted to 115, 119, 127, right? It was 179, that's what I see previously, but now the Nike stock is capping up. Okay, somebody asked me, okay, what is the stock next? I know that the EPS is increasing, and now I wanted to know what is the, if I buy, what price should I sell it? Okay, so that's why we call something called support and resistance to find out when to buy the stock and when to sell the stock. So right now what happened, so the stock had it is actually, the stock is trying to break out this this is the resistance right now, what I see, 137, 137, this is the resistance. So when I say resistance, that means the stock is trying to go up, but it came back down. That means there is a resistance, there is a wall here which made the stock to push down. So that's what happened. So if you ask me what is a support means, usually like, see here, I can, like, let's say I'll draw a line here. So here what happened, the stock was going down, but there was a support, there was a strong support. Stock trace, change its trend. It was bearish trend. When I say bearish, the stock is going down. So at support level, the stock changed its trend to the bullish trend. So instead of downtrend, now it changed the trend here to bullish trend, right? This is what your support will does it. So support will change the stock from a bearish trend to bullish trend, whereas the resistance, we will see here, it was trying to go up, but it changed the trend of the stock to be bearish, right? So that's what you need to understand about support and resistance. So there are multiple resistance levels we can see. If I take any stock, let's say I take a Nike stock, and what is the next resistance? How do I find the next resistance? So if I look at this chart, so I see like here, the stock is trying to go above, but it failed. It changed the trend. It came back down. It found a support. It found a support here, went up and coming back down. Just simply you just mark the levels. Whenever you get to know any stock, just simply mark these trends. Just keep marking the trend. So what I did on my Thinkorswim. So this is the desktop platform where you can see.
Yeah, Shri, just before we jump on guns, right, we can give a little bit background on Thinkorswim and other trading platforms, other charting platforms, because I think there are some rookies as well, right? We'll just cover that and then we'll get on to the platforms and everything.
Okay. You just want to cover the basics and stuff, right, today?
Yeah. So that's what Shri. What I'm saying is, some people might not understand what Thinkorswim is also. So that's what I'm
Okay.
asking you. Like, if you can explain what a
Yeah.
Thinkorswim is,
Let
or
me
how
close
chat.
it. Okay. Let me
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about the platform also, if possible, or we can probably cover in the next sessions. But I'm trying to give a little bit overview, or I can speak about it for a couple of minutes, and then we can continue again. Shri. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So basically, right, for technical analysis, we use charting levels and all that, right? So most of you will be trading using platforms like Robinhood or Webull, or the trading platforms which are very easy. Even with those trading platforms, you would be able to see charts, candlesticks, and the patterns, right? So as a trader, we use certain advanced tools and softwares that will give you the charting and trading abilities. One of that is Thinkorswim, and it is being provided by a company called TD Ameritrade. And so Thinkorswim, if you want to compare, right, if you go to your Robinhood, on top of your Robinhood, you will see a graph going on, right? That's the chart we call as, and the same chart can be comprehensively with advanced features. We can see it on platforms like TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, or E-Trade, or Webull. And also there are other platforms like stock charts, and there are the charts from what is the other one, Shri, that we usually use, like stock charts, right? So I
Yeah,
forgot the name.
stock charts, barchart.com.
Yeah, so there are other chatting tools where you don't have to have a platform or any logins, but you can directly go and use them. But yeah, so these are some tools that we can use to draw these support levels and resistance levels. And there are many other tools in the market which can actually give you the direct results of what is a support, what is a resistance, and all that. And we have embedded some of the plugins or bots on our trading channels also. So where we can probably cover a session about that. But so the platform that she was trying to explain is called Thinkorswim, and it is provided by TD Ameritrade. And we have multiple platforms on Thinkorswim also. One is the mobile platform, and then we have the website, web-based platform, and also we have a desktop platform. So we typically use desktop because it is more comprehensive, and it give you the opportunities to script, and also you can draw lines, and also you can read the candles or change the type of the candles. You can keep alerts. There are so many things. So in this journey, we would want you to learn all this. Since we are trying to cover the basic session here, we are not going deep on this. But if you have any questions, you can always reach to us, and I can probably leave a message in the end, like where you can reach to us, and how you can communicate to us. But I'll let Sri to continue his session. I just wanted to take these minutes because you might be thinking on connecting dots to understand what Thinkorswim and what these platforms are. Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shri. Sorry to interrupt, but
No
my
issues.
intention
Thank
is
you,
to
John.
just give a background on what we are talking about, right? There are some newbies here, and I would want them to understand. So thank you so much, buddy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so I strongly suggest if you're in Robinhood, I strongly suggest you open Thinkorswim TD Ameritrade account. So I shared this link. I'm going to share it one more time. Okay, so click on this link, open new account, where you will see how to open a new account. I start with an individual. If you have old 401k account, you can just do a Roth IRA, whatever, you can do however you want. I'll start with individual, open an individual account. And there are a couple of things. This is simple, like you address your all personal details, and you can open the account within 5 minutes. And people who are on H1B, they can just provide the visa number, what are expiration date. I mean, typically, I think that's what it asks if you're not a citizen. So it is very straightforward. You don't have to put any money initially to open the account. And to just get started, just to use a Thinkorswim, open the TD Ameritrade account. Once you are done with the account creation and everything, you will get your username and password. Then you download, click on download. Okay, let's do, I'll just open it right here. There is a Thinkorswim installer will come. So this one, you can just right click and install. A very easy steps to install. I don't want to go in detail about that. So if you wanted to know, like, get started and download full download instructions, I strongly suggest you can go here. There are instructions available. You can very easy to install this store. So once you install, you get a icon, something like this. Okay, you can do a live trading at the same time. You can do a paper trading also. So what is this paper trading? Okay, let me log into paper trading and then we'll go to live trading. Okay, so paper trading is something which the platform will give you, so without putting any money. Like, people try to get into trainings and everything, right? If you do not know anything, I would start with uh, first with the paper money. Okay, I'll enter a couple of my credentials and okay, I just wanted to do a simple paper trading only. Okay, so initially to start with, so paper trading, you can get how much ever you want. You can set anything like 1 million, right? 1 million to 2 million, how much ever you want. You can reset right here, whatever. This is all paper money. That means you are given like 500,000 in paper. Okay, not in real, in papers. So I'll just do one trade here. I am doing some see, I just bought a future. Okay, you see, like, some of the profits I made recently on the paper trading account. This is the futures. Let's take a look at some stocks, like what are the stock we are looking. Rivian, somebody was asking about Rivian, right? See, it's in a downtrend. Rivian, now it is trying to go up. So there is a change in the trend. I see a green here. So it is actually gapping up. It's actually gapping up. So I see this is a bullish stock, any stock. Let's say somebody asked about Agri. I think this may be right now. It's kind of bearish on the 15 minutes. I think this may be like the recent one, right? I don't want to take a look at more penny stocks, but I mean, typically they are hit or miss. I strongly suggest try to stay out unless you don't know anything about that particular stock. So
Yeah,
some
it's like a pump and dump for me
pump
too.
and dump, yep, pump and dump. Some stocks, right? I'll tell you, most of the stocks, what happens, most of the penny stocks, this is what happens. They'll give some good news, they will trap people here, they will trap people right here somewhere in the red, and then they will, like, every day, 5%, 10%, it's all from the $15, it is all the way till it was at 52 cents, right? That's the reason, if you are like whatever amount, like 10K or 15K, do not put in one stock. First thing is, you need to understand penny stocks are not for beginners. Not for beginners. Even for anybody, you should be able to do only day trading. But I really don't suggest to hold for a long term. But now, whenever the trend has changed, you may be looking at buying some of these stocks, right? Now, all these penny stocks are reversed last starting February, they are all reversed right here. Okay. So let's look at some other stocks. Somebody asked me appear. Okay, so if you see the trend from $14, it is kind of finding a support right here, right? It's finding $3.46. It found a support and it is trading in this range, right? When I see this stock can break out, if it can break out above $5, this can go. So next resistance levels are 538. If stock can break these levels, I strongly create an alert whenever this stock can go up. I create an alert. Just I create. You can just create an alert whenever it goes up. I wanted to buy this stock. That means that's the time where a lot of institutes are they're trying to buy, a lot of insiders they're trying to buy this stock. Okay, so like this will be. So now let's do some buy and sell of the stocks. Okay, now we saw that whether the stock is doing good or bad, whether we know, and somebody wanted to know like what stocks are doing good or doing bad. Okay, so that's why I will start with the Finviz, where you can see some scanners like, okay, today new went up, UXIN went up, SOPA went up, GameStop. Okay, if you wanted to know like what stocks are going up, you can see here, right here, you can see like what stocks are doing better. So during the day, especially if you're a beginner, start with Finnish.com and see the what stocks are going up, right? So you see GameStop, it went 30% up today. GameStop went out 30% up. Like similarly, what is that stock? AMC also did the same thing. You can write your own scanners however you want. I'll show one scanner which I typically follow for okay. Yeah, typically I follow some of these scanners you see here. The GameStop went up. Now Billy, all the Chinese stocks, AMC went up, and Chevy, YYY, SC, Rivian is gapping up, right? Rivian is actually gapping up. Neo is gapping up, and some of the Chinese fintech stocks are going up. Blink, Mara, and these are all quality stocks. You know what I did is I did a filter on the scanner, a market cap anything above 1 billion. So that means all the companies which have like overall their uh, market cap overall like minimum $1 billion. So this is what I keep watching that stocks. And if you wanted to know this the scanner, I'll just share it to you so you can use it. If somebody wants to create a brand new scanner, I will do it right away. Okay, and this is earnings this month. You can do it any. This is simple scanner. What I do is any stocks above $10. I wanted to find any market cap above 2 billion or over. I want to find the stocks, and this is the all the stocks which went up pretty good, right? Again, I see like 1977. I don't want to see all these stocks. So I need to find the stocks which many are buying, right? So with that aspect, I want to talk about the volume of the stock. So what is a volume? You can see, you see the volume here, 14 million volume. This is very, very key for any, especially whenever you are new, you got to know what is volume is. Volume is basically the number of transactions happen for the day. That means how many buy and how many sells all together. If I buy like 1,000 stocks, 1,000 will be the volume. Let's say if I sell the same 1,000 stocks, how much would be the value? Can you put it in the chat section? Okay, I buy 1,000 stocks. and I sell the 1,000 stocks. And can anybody tell me like what is the volume I contributed for today? If you know, perfect. Yeah, somebody Ash told me 2,000. Yes, that's pretty good. 2,000 is the right answer. So volume is nothing but the number of transactions happens during the day. Buy includes it's a unique transaction. Sell also in. If I buy like 1,000 stocks and sell the same 1,000 stock 4 times, it will be 8,000. I contribute to the value. So what you see here is overall 14 million transactions happens. We don't know whether it's a buy or a sell for GameStop, but you got to understand that you need to know the shares outstanding for the stock. Okay, so they have 75 million shares. Okay, and there today there are 40 million shares are traded. So that means the stock has to go up or down at least 10 to 20% minimum. Okay, I'll explain this volume analysis next time, but I just wanted you to know that volume is clearly reset to zero morning at 12 o'clock, whatever, like in the midnight, it gets reset. And 4 a.m. to 8 p.m., whatever the volume, the buy or sell transactions, it just keeps added and to the value. So one thing I wanted to tell you here is if any shares is less than 100 million, which is called a low float typically, and if somebody asks about like why this AMC and GameStop can see GameStop stock can go, it went up, like if I look at a weekly, see it went up to $482 and then came back to $57 in within a span of 2 weeks. Okay, that's because this is the low float stocks. So another thing to consider is anything, if you see any stock the shares less than 100 million, I want you to not to trade to start with initially. If you are very experienced, if you are good at it, then only you can trade, but otherwise they are very highly risky stocks. Okay, this is fine. I'll take some other penny stock. Somebody told me AGRI. You see the 14 million shares, and the volume today is just 2 million, right? But how much the stock it went down 10% up, right? It went down 10% up. So it is very easy to take this stock easily up or down. Okay, I typically anything under below 100 I would avoid the trading. Okay, take a look at, that's why whenever you create any scanner, always add okay, always add the average volume as minimum uh, under or 400k, and the shares outstanding somewhere. You see here shares outstanding, anything over minimum 200 million. Okay, and I wanted to find a stock anything about 2 billion, and they're doing better, just sorted based on the order. Okay, this is the 24%. I see IQ AMC, GameStop just hanging around here. If I, let's say, if shares outstanding, if I just say for 50 million, you can find all these guys: GameStop, Billy, AMC. We can find them. So this is the one scanner I got it, and you can see like how the stocks are doing good, right? Again, the stocks keep going up or down. We don't know what stocks need to be we have to buy today and then hold on to like 1 2 3 days. Okay, so this is all for new, like especially for a beginner. I strongly suggest go over some of these scanners, how to find the how to create a scanner and go here and create a save screen. Okay, so I'll just share a scanner for me. I have a couple of scanners, I do like every often I keep saying. So you can just send some number and then just say changes. Okay. Okay. So this is what it is. Now I wanted to do some trading, live trading. Okay. I will show one trading today, how to buy these stocks using the desktop. And also I will trade, show in the mobile. Okay. So first thing, I wanted to buy some stocks. I can just, let's say Apple. Okay. Apple stock. I wanted to buy some of the stock. How do I buy? There is something. I'll go to distro dashboard here. Okay, you can see right here, right? And this increase up. Okay, so you can see there are two prices. One is bid, another one is ask. You go to this here. Where's the bid and where's the ask? Okay, you can see this bid and ask. Bid and ask, right? So what is bid? What is ask? Okay, I wanted to explain this. So ask is something which, if I want to buy this stock, okay, I can only buy it at 191. If I already hold the stock and I wanted to sell the stock right now, and I can only sell at 190.73 at the moment. At the moment. So somebody tell me here. Okay, I'll go to Tesla. What should be my buying price in order to buy this stock, right? This is bid price and this is ask price, right? Can you guys put it? What should be my buying price of Tesla if I wanted to buy it? And what should be my selling price if I wanted to sell it? Yes, sir. Can you put in the chat? Okay. 992.26, right? If I wanted to buy it. So this dashboard, it says clear, you buy it here and then you sell it. So basically you have to understand this is the bid price and this is the ask price. Okay. So if I want to buy, I wanted to buy it at the ask price. If I want to sell, then only I can I can only sell at bid price. This is the bid and ask price. So let's see Amazon. Okay, we'll go with Amazon. See, Amazon has already 3,300 buy price, whereas sell you can only sell at 32.98. So these are the basics. I wanted to buy, let's say I want to buy 10 stocks of Amazon. Okay, I click buy. Okay, so let's change this. I wanted to buy 10 stocks of Amazon. Okay, you see right here. Yeah, this is the little bit complex platform, but you can also do the same trading in the mobile. I'll share the those steps also. First thing is I wanted to buy this Amazon stock at, let's say I wanted to buy it whenever it comes down to, instead of 3,300 I wanted to buy it at 2,800. Okay, I'm just I want to buy it at $2,800. Okay, so then I can say that I'll put a limit price. I wanted to buy this Amazon stock whenever the stock price come down less than 2,800 or 2,800. Okay, so I'll just and again the time in frame I will select GTC EXT. Most of the time I will select GTC EXT because see, this is you're trying to put an order, right? You are put an order. Today I wanted to buy Amazon stock. Basically, you are doing a order to the market. Hey, I wanted to buy at this price or less than this price. I want to buy it at 2,800 or less than that. Then only you want to buy. And how long you need to have your order open? You wanted to do it just today, or GTC means good till cancel, which means that next 3 months also this will work on during the market hours. But it will not work during after hours or a pre-market like 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock AM in the morning. It will never work. It will only work during 9:30 to 4 PM EST. Okay, that is what your market hours. Typically, market hours are 9:30 to 4 o'clock, Monday to Friday. And pre-market for TD Limited starts at 7 a.m., 7 a.m. to 9:30 in the morning, and afterwards 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. You can still buy the stocks during that time. So typically what you need to, you always have to select GTC EXT, which means that you wanted to buy Amazon stock, irrespective whether it is a market time or a pre-market or afterwards. Whenever it go less than 2,800, I want to buy the stock. So you can put this GTC EXT, and then you can go to India trip and come back. It will still execute.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, this is how you wanted to buy it, and just click on confirm and send. Okay, see, I'm trying to buy 10 stocks of Amazon at 2,800 limit price, and I have a GTC plus extended. Good till cancel plus extended in during the extended hours. So I just want to buy it. See, I have a buy order created. Now imagine after 2 months, you come back. You think like, okay, you take a look at your you bought it like during the dip, Fed mentioned that there are interest rates, war, a lot of things. You might have got buy this Amazon stock at 2,800. Now you wanted to sell it. Okay, you wanted to sell it at 3,600. How do you sell it? So same thing. So the same 10 stock, click sell. Here you change it to 3,600 and the same limit price. At the same time, you select GTC EXT and just confirm and send. So if you're already bought at 2,800, somewhere here, this dip, right? This dip, you would have bought it. And now it is 3,300. Whenever it goes back up to 3,600, you will be selling that. This is typically a long swing trade. That means you buy sometime in, like you basically make these transactions for a period of 4 to 5 months. Okay, so that's called long-term trading. So if you want to do a short-term trading, let's say you want to buy it today and sell it tomorrow. So what I do is I'll just buy one, and you got to understand that there is something called a market order. What is this market order? So when I select a market order, it is not asking me to select any particular price, right? It is not, it's not expecting you to provide any price. Hey, I wanted to buy it at 3,100, 3,000. No, what it does is if I select a market order, whatever the current price, right? See, what if what happens, you are at your home, the onions are gone, and you go to market, right? And whatever the price they assign, hey, you just go and buy it, right? So I wanted to, let's say you wanted to buy 10 Amazon stocks during, and this can only get executed during the market hours only. So during the market, whatever the price it is, it got to be filled, right? So same thing with, right, whenever you go to a gas station, whenever they're open, whatever the price it is, you get it. But instead of market price, you can select limit, because you are in a kind of, what is that, supermarket you can call, where you can, you have a multiple customers, right? You have multiple vendors where you can go and buy this one, and whoever get you the onion for less, you can go it and buy at them, right? That's why, so what you'll do, you go to a vegetable shop where you wanted to buy onions only if it is a $5 only or something like that, right? So you will say that, hey, you will put that order, and then just you have enough time, you will wait for a whole day. If somebody comes up for $5, somebody gets you, you're going to buy it, right? So that means that here you have to wait. The limit orders, you got to wait. There is no immediate execution. But whereas the market orders, they are executed immediately, no matter what. So all of a sudden, you got news that, hey, Amazon is going to do the EV whatever cars. They said, like, somebody, they say, hey, Amazon is going to do EV cars, and you wanted to buy it immediately, 10 stocks or one stock, whatever. So what you need to do is go click during the market, and you confirm and send, you send by it. Okay, so this is how you buy the limit and market orders. And again, you wanted to sell it immediately, so right click, you can click sell. Here you can just click sell, change it to market, you can confirm, and that's it. So market orders will get executed irrespective of the price, and it will only get executed during the market hours only. That's the problem with the market orders. But typically, if you want to buy any stocks, I strongly suggest you can start with a market order. Then you need to be, I would say, like, price conscious. You wanted to know, like, okay, whenever Amazon, now let's look at the Amazon during the intraday. Okay, so Amazon on Monday, it was at this price, and now if you see, it moved up $67, right? It moved up $67. Typically, like, whenever you wanted to buy, see, the stock is going up and you wanted to buy it immediately. Let's say we give the alert at 9 o'clock, buy it. Just put a buy order, market order at 9:30 if you want to buy it only during market hours, and you can also sell it anytime. Whenever you wanted to sell, you can just sell it just using the market. If you're a brand new who don't know, so I strongly suggest you can just right click here if you buy, or I'll also show you
So, buddy, so on the interest of time, right? Can we continue this session next time? Because there is one other introduction we need to do, Sri. So, uh, is that okay? Or I think you're on mute, Sri.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so we can cover the rest of the sessions at a later point of time, because as we are going to continuously do this, and kudos, Shri, it was an amazing session. I also learned one or two points from the inputs that you gave. It is amazing, and definitely people would have learned at least one or two things that they have not known. So learning is a continuous process, and really appreciate your time, Shri. And it's a very good session. And before you guys leave, right, I have one more announcement. So we have another guest called Puneet Patel, and he's also called as Elementary Trader. So he is a specialist in trading futures, and I was mentioning to you guys on our trading channel that we will be introducing a new futures trader to our group, and that is Puneet. And I'm going to introduce him, and he's going to give a brief insight for a couple of minutes on what he trades and how he trades futures and what are the advantages of futures. So if any of you guys are interested in doing futures, you can probably look for his insights, and you can definitely learn from him. But this is just a brief overview on how futures work and what these are, so that you will understand the advantages of these, and you can learn from him. So as I said, right, this is going to happen every Tuesday, and whatever you have learned today is tip of an iceberg, and there is a lot to come. So you can always come to our channel by just going to predictingmarket.com. So I'll put that in the chat. But before you guys go, we will listen from Puneet, and I hope you guys can take advantage from his insights. And if you guys like what he is going to present, then we can go to him for more questions, or we can start enabling futures trading in our channels going forward. So Puneet, please go ahead and introduce yourself, and you can start briefing about your futures trading and styles.
Sure. Let me, as I have some time. Good evening, all. Thanks. I never get your name. Like, I know we talked about it on Telegram, but
yeah. So Puneet, my
and
name is Varma, and
awesome.
yeah. So I mean, I usually go by predicting market admin, but my name is Varma. So I know like people know here, but I'm just letting you know. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for inviting. Right. I'm gonna make it very quick. It's too late for all of you guys, and as you are here, that shows that you guys are here to learn. And this is always 1 minute. Let me just log in into. Okay, this is always our goal, and this is always being my goal. Main thing is to educate people, because there are two kind of traders, right? One who goes into the market, gamble with their money, they don't know what they are doing, right? Another one is who make the educatable decision. And sometime, right, a lot of people, like I see so many in this group just recently started trading. Congratulations, first thing first. You get into something where you build wealth for yourself, whether it is trading long term, short term, with whatever your style is. It's a long journey, right? Some of the people might, this is the analysis, some of the people who join the market, if they don't, if they follow someone wrong, or they don't have a team who can guide them to the right path, most of the trader or most of the investor in the stock market ends in 9 to 12 months. 80% of the investor who comes in without any guideline, and where they don't have clarity what they're going to see, they're going to end in next 8 to 12 months. But I can see that by looking at Sri's presentation, a fabulous job presenting thoroughly and giving someone start. This is the good start. You can use the information presented, go on and implement yourself into the trading world. My expertise, basically I do long term as well, but as of now, because of the volatility is so high in the market, right, there are a lot of opportunity within the day where you can utilize playing either options or futures. These are the advanced version of trading after stocks. So once you learn how to trade stocks, next you will learn how to trade options, and then after you will learn how to trade futures. And future and options bring kind of a lot of people come to me when they start trading. Hey, I know long-term investment, right? But I also want to start something small where I don't have much money, but I want to start something on a swing trading where I buy stock for a couple of days or a couple of hours or a couple of months and sell it. But if I keep doing it, I will run out of my capital. is there a better option? And that's where, people go into the options and futures, right? Where you get the leverages. And option and future, I think so. We might have a seminar on, how options and future contract works, right? Once you understand, you will know that options and future contract you use in your day-to-day life. So when we go through the futures detail, how future works and stuff like that, right? I'll go through it and I'll explain how future contract works and so on. But basically, currently, reason why the future is so famous or people are playing future so much because the volatility is so high on the daily basis, right? Whether you are talking about the gold future, S&P future, NASDAQ futures, right? They are moving 1% average since last 60 days, right? And if you can just get bits of it, right? So currently, I shared my result. If anyone interested, I can share my result as well. I shared my result with Verma, and we started our account with we have small account challenge and big account challenge where we give a proper transparency. Each and every trade that I trade in the future, every trade has an exit as well, right? So we started our small trading account back in January end, right? With $3,000 for the smaller account and $30,000 into for the people who can afford high risk, right? We turned the $3,000 into $4,000 with almost 100% profit just trading futures, right? And we turned $30,000 into $35,000, so $65,000, so $35,000 gain. So almost 105% profit on investment, right? And as you can see, if you want, I'll share that result. But reason why I do future, especially people who are interested for the short-term trading, one of the biggest advantage trading future is the tax. So when you trade any options or stocks, and if you don't hold it for over a year, then you would not be qualified for the capital gain special requirement where you only get 14% tax or 13% tax. If you hold any equities more than 1 year, right, then you only qualify for the capital gain tax, right? But if you hold anything, for example, you bought Tesla at 600 in January, Tesla went up to 1200 and you sold it in March. So whatever the gain happened between those periods, $600, you pay regular tax. So whatever the tax bracket you comes under, whether it is 28, 34, 36, right? That's what you pay against. But if you, and again, this is not advice. Make sure you talk to your tax specialist or your accountant, but and Google it as well. Don't need to trust me. But the biggest advantage over trading options and trading stocks for the day trading in future, you pay less taxes. It's a fixed rate, I think, so 17.8. I had to check that 17 to 18%, right? And you get separate 1099 with this special exception. So tax is the first thing, right? What we are trading, mostly all of the future which are available are the secure assets, right? And when I call about the secure assets, are nothing but the S&P 500. If you guys don't know about it, search it SPY ticker on Google, right? And search it for S&P 500 or SPX ticker on the Google and say what are they holding. So S&P 500 is nothing but the top 500 company by their market capital. And I'm not saying this. Warren Buffett says that, right? If you don't know anything about investment, right, invest your money into S&P, because since 1930 or since the market been introduced, since 1930 from the Great Recession, this thing never went to zero. So the way this index is designed, S&P 500, it's just designed to go up and up. After 30 years, it will be up because what it contains, top 500 company in United States by their market capital. So even though tomorrow Apple doesn't do bad, right? If Apple goes down and some other technology comes back in and take over the Apple will not be part of the S&P 500. Some other company will come and the S&P 500 will keep going up, right? So there are lots of indices, right? and most of the futures that available, right, are those secure, or secure means those are the good assets to invest, like gold futures, wheat futures, right? So you only have futures where they are either traded internationally, right, or has some security behind it. Also, other thing is, if you go and buy S&P 500 index by itself, to buy it 100 stocks, you need $400,000. That's why if you go and buy futures, and that will go into the detail. I don't want to go into the technical part of it, but you can buy same amount of leverages just using $1,300 and $13,000 and so on. So I'm being very excited, right? Once hopefully I will be able to help you guys onto that, and especially I only trade Nasdaq and the S&P during the trading hours, 8 to 4, right, and give direction. So even though if I'm trading it, right, the main rule of the trading, if you are trading for the day trades or long-term trades, right, trade with the wind. That is, trade with the wind, right? If you want to be profitable, trade with the wind. So wherever the big monsters are going, just follow them. And S&P is the biggest monster in the world. So if we are trading with the S&P, right, I think so all of the stocks will follow S&P. So if S&P is going down, right, no brainer, like unless you understand economics and there is a rotation going on the energy stocks, you divert your portfolio to energy, right? And with we being full-time job and everything, I don't think so we can keep up with that. So to make it simple, follow the wind, right? So if we know from the morning, or if we know for the weekly or 2 weekly basis, where the wind is going, we place our trade accordingly, and we have a higher probability to get a positive trades just following where S&P is going. Makes sense. That's all, guys. I'm not going to take much time. I know it's already late for you guys. We'll catch up later.
Thank you so much, Puneet.
Thanks,
That was a great introduction, and thank you so much. And guys, I will be following up with you all, and let's see if you guys are interested in trading futures. I'll discuss on the plans and everything on how to get things on board, and we'll see if we can make use of Puneet on the futures trading. So I hope you guys enjoyed the session, and we are going to continue to do that every Tuesday at 8 p.m. CST onwards. So we will be bringing many other analysts who are working with us, and sometimes we can get guest speakers. So the motto is to get you guys trained and get a knowledge on how to trade, at least the basics that you need to look into, and then we will slowly get on to the advanced trading after we complete these basic trading sessions. So if you have any questions, you can email me at admin@predictingmarket.com. I'll be sharing that in the chat right away, or you can join predictingmarket.com website. If you go and click on predictingmarket.com, you will be taken to a Discord channel, and you have open channels there to discuss and put your questions and whatever you need there, and we can answer them. So with that, I'll be ending the session, and thank you so much, Puneet and Sri, for making this session very valuable to all our subscribers, and also people who are willing to learn. Thank you so much. And Sri, it was a very welcoming session to start with. So looking forward for these kind of sessions in the future. Thank you, guys. Hello,
Ah,
Sri.
I know.
Amazing, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so it went well. I mean, I know there are only like 27 our members joined, not, but it's going to grow slowly. So,
Yeah, Chano. So what I suggest is put some, like attractive, topics. Okay, I'll tell you. We don't have to put too much of content.
mhm,
Put something like attractive. How to use this bull market to make more money. Okay,
yeah,
attractive topics and
right, right.
same thing. 2, 3, 4. You don't have to actually have any slides also,
Mhm,
where we can actually show like how things turn, like some of our watch list and some of our stocks, the prediction and other stuff.
right.
If we explain and then keep giving the watch list, right, people will follow. And I'll tell you, consistently.
You know, right? We are doing watch list every day. So, like, we are consistently doing that everywhere and all the platforms, Telegram and everything. So, let's continue doing that, buddy. And yeah, so one thing that I clearly see is we need to pull a lot of crowd. And one thing that I wanted to tell you, buddy, there are some these guys also are Americans also. So we might need to address the crowd because initially, like there were like 4 5 members who joined and then they left. Like if you see like Bacon, Super Monkey, these guys are part of my group, right? I know them. So let's try to address everybody, buddy, next time. Okay.
Yeah, I did not know that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. I should have told you. I only missed. I am only telling. So I'll tell you the attendance. Somebody is joining now. Hey Rajesh, 1 second. I think this is a subscriber. Hey Rajesh.
I missed the bus, man.
Okay.
What's up, buddy?
I joined very late. Just I joined.
No problem, man. It's all right. So we are closing out, and we are trying to discuss internally
Let
something.
me share the
So-
recording session to Rajesh. And Chanu.
Yeah, please share the.
Sure, sure. Yes, yeah. We have the recording. I'll be sharing that in the group.
Okay,
Okay.
then. Okay, I am disconnected now. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. Yeah. So that's it, buddy. So let's keep doing this, and let's try to get this going. We'll see. I'm trying to target some other groups also, like where we have more
Recording,
bases
you
and
are
stuff.
still recording this one?
Second.